There are a few things that you absolutely need to know before you start playing competitive in Marvel Rivals. These are the most important skills and information you need to succeed and rank up fast. We'll start off with how to find and master the perfect role and hero for you to play. Then we'll move on to the most important skills that you need to know to gain a massive advantage over the other team, including ways to never miss your shots and dodge all damage coming your way. And finally, a couple specific things you need to keep in mind while playing to make sure you play at the best of your ability. I've included timestamps in the description below so you can skip ahead or revisit any tip you like. And with that being said, let's start off with our first topic: how you can find and master the perfect role and hero for you to play in competitive. In Marvel Rivals, not all characters are good in every situation, so you need a roster of characters to swap between within your role. I'm gonna give you an example here. As you can see, Hela is a very good long-range character, which helps you hold an objective without much of an issue. However, if you don't have control of the objective and you need to take it, then Hela would be a bad choice, since she has a disadvantage in close range, and you need to be on the objective to take it. Someone like Scarlet Witch would be better in this situation, because as you can see, she's a close range character. Of course, yes, she does have long range abilities, but her primary ability is close range. Another example would be Doctor Strange and Groot. As you can see, Groot is a very defensive character. He has all of these walls that you can place down and that you can hide behind. While Doctor Strange is very good at attacking. As you can see, he has a shield that can shield you, of course, from attacks. He has his flying ability, which makes it harder for people to hit him. And then as you can see, he also has his portal, which means that you can basically teleport onto the objective. So Doctor Strange will be the attacking one, and then Groot will be the defending one. So there are three main classes that you have. So you have the Vanguards, that are the tanks. You have the Duelists, which are just the attackers. And then you have the Strategists, which are the healers, support characters, etc, etc. The tanks are very good at, taking the damage, dealing the damage, they're kind of like the people that are in front. Then you have the Duelists, the ones that are behind there, that can deal damage, that can be fast. And then you have, of course, the Strategists, which are just the healers. They can heal you, they can support you while you are going into the fight. Now, the main question is, what do you enjoy? So I'd suggest just playing a few of the characters from every role to see what you like to play. So for instance, if you like to support, you should pick a healer, because that way you can heal your teammates and also support them while they're fighting. If you like fighting, you can be a Duelist. If you like taking the hits or feeling invincible, you should pick the tank. After you've done that, you should pick out a few characters from the class that you really seem to be enjoying and that you're actually good with. If you want to be a tank, you could focus on getting Doctor Strange and Groot to have that flexibility of, like, I want to defend, you can pick Groot. If you want to attack, you can pick Doctor Strange. If you want to be a healer, Loki is very good at placing versions of himself and healing at certain points. Whereas Jeff, the land shark, he's very good at attacking the point while healing. So it's really what you prefer on that. So now that you've got your class, pick out 2 to 3, maybe 4 characters that you really seem to be enjoying and that you're really good with, and just stick with them. So this will allow you to be flexible as a player while still being the best in the world at your role on your team, allowing you to win more games. Now, the next step is learn how to get the advantage over your enemies. In Marvel Rivals, there are a lot of ways you can get the advantage over your enemies, which will help you a lot. Basically, the basics are better mechanics, allowing you to hit more shots while the enemy cannot. Number 2, map knowledge. You should really know where everything is that could benefit you in every way possible. Number 3, character knowledge. You really need to know who you're going against in order to outplay them. I'm going to be explaining how to get better at each one of them step by step. So first off is mechanics. There are a lot of ways to get your mechanics up a notch, specifically your aim. Aim trainers are insanely good at getting better at aiming. Tracking in a game like this is one of the most important aspects of your aim. As you can see, I'm tracking, I'm hitting. Of course, you're gonna miss a few, like who doesn't miss a few, but it's more important that you do this instead of just this. But most people practice flicks because of games like CS2 and Valorant. This game is not like one of those. You don't need to flick people, you just need to keep your cursor on their head. Look at that. And I killed them. Of course, you're gonna miss a few, doesn't matter. But the most important thing is that you need to track them. You need to keep your crosshair on them for long periods of time, because they're gonna be running around. This game's movement is very, very different from Valorant or CS2. You need to track them and try and figure out where they're gonna go. Aim trainers like Kovacs or Aim Labs, they're very good. Osu isn't great, since it's a lot more flicking practice, but I do heavily suggest Kovacs or Aim Labs, because they have a lot of maps that you can use for tracking purposes. purposes. And also, it's important to note that you do not go for every one of them at the same time. So like I'm doing right here. You don't want to try and focus on all of them. You try to focus on one so that it becomes a 4v5 or a 6v5 or whatever, you know? You need to try and focus on getting the first one, then going to the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one. You need to try and focus more on getting the first person than trying to get multiple people at the same time. 2, your movement. You have to keep moving, constantly moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Also make sure you are comfortable with aiming against your movement. As you can see right here, I'm moving to the left. That means that I have to aim more to the right. If I'm moving more to the right, then I have to aim more to the left. It's that simple. A lot of people don't know how to aim while moving, and that's because a lot of the games that you play are Valorant or CS based. So you have to keep countering your movement with your aim. So when you're using an aim trainer, you're standing still and you're using it, right? With a lot of aim trainers, you're just standing still. You're just standing still, and you're not really doing anything besides that. You're standing still, aiming, 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 which means that you're not countering your movement. And that can be very, very bad because you need movement in this game to be able to not get hit as much as you normally would. When you move, your crosshair moves, as you can see right here. Make sure you're comfortable enough with your movement to move your mouse or controller joystick to the opposite direction that you were running to. And also, as a final tip on movement, keep moving. Do not stand still, keep moving. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Number 3, map knowledge. You should really play more casual because that's the only way that you're actually gonna learn the map. Focus on trying out different playstyles and exploring the map. It's casual. You do not need to win your casual game. Focus on learning what areas are destructive and which are not, and learning to find spots that will give you a competitive advantage. Number 4, character knowledge. Character knowledge is insanely important to know what you're going up against or what you're going against with. So what you really need to do is just play multiple characters. Go into a casual match and just play a character that you are not comfortable with. Even if it's just for one game, it'll help you so much in the long run by knowing what kind of playstyles these characters have, allowing you to counter them better. Another thing that really helps is coordination with your teammates, because you know what they're good at and how you can help them, and they can help you win the game. And the last tip that I'm going to give you is focus on your mental gameplay, because it's as important as your physical gameplay. There are 3 things that I'm going to go over. Not getting mad, staying positive so that you can win, and just not lashing out on your teammates. Why shouldn't you get mad? Because your gameplay gets worse. It gets infinitely worse. I've had numerous occasions where I just got mad at teammates or just got mad at the game, where I would lose the game, but not only lose the game, I would get annoyed and irritated for the rest of the night because the game just wouldn't work. But that's the thing. You should not get mad because that'll only make it worse for you. Where I got mad at this, where I got mad at that, and it's just not helping. It's not helpful. You only get more irritated, you only get more angry, and the game will only go worse for you. You're not in the right mindset, so you should take a breather and come back later and just do it again. Why should you stay positive that you can win? Similar to last, but not only about you being mad, but actually believing that you can win will help you play so much better because you're focused and you're more concentrated on actually winning. So you should really just stay positive because it'll help you play better. It'll help you actually maybe win the game and work better with your teammates. And the last one, why shouldn't you lash out on your teammates? Speaking of working with your teammates, if you start shit-talking them, they will get mad. As we previously said, if you get mad, you play worse, and the same goes for your teammates. Would you rather talk shit about your teammates and just losing the game, like 100% guarantee? Or would you rather just trying to be positive and trying not to bash your teammates and maybe actually winning the game? Because it's that easy. They will get mad, you will get mad, you both get mad, you both play shit, and you will lose many, many games. It's how it works. So why bother your teammates with that nonsense? Just play better, play with your team, and it'll all be fine. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.